Hello, let's do the Minute Cryptic for January 24th. Today's clue is by Liam Runnels. Primate couples with priority in boarding Noah's boat. Primate couples with priority in boarding Noah's boat. So Noah's boat could get replaced with Ark. Ark with a K. And we're in, what's the in boarding though? I wonder if Noah's boat would also be, I mean, if Noah's boat was the definition, that's a problem because that's just the ark. And if it was the ark, it would be two words. It would tell us 3, 3. All right. So I don't think Noah's boat is the definition, which would make primate or primate couples the definition. Priority in boarding Noah's boat. Usually, if this is going to be a thing, usually a thing anyway. Let me just put it this way: it's pretty common if we have a possessive like this that Noah ends up being the fodder, and boat ends up being the indicator. So if like it was like Noah's first, right? Then that would just be the first letter of Noah, the N. If it was Noah's last, it would be the last letter of Noah, which would be the H. So the possessive is helping the indicator. But I don't know what boat would indicate. So maybe not. All that to say, I don't know what boat would do, but just giving my thought process here. In is a common indicator to just be like, take whatever's to the left, put it inside what's to the right. So you kind of split up the letters of the right side and you stick the thing to the left in it. Couples with, could couples with be an indicator? Primate. I mean, so my thought still is that primate would be our definition and we just need gorilla or chimpanzee or, something like that. But I mean, it could even be human, but human doesn't fit. Humans are primates. With priority. Priority is like the first. So like with priority could be the first letter of with, which is W. I still don't really know what to do with that, but in. So the W goes inside of boarding Noah's boat. This might be the first one in a bit that I've had to take a hint. The par is 3, so a lot of people are taking hints, but I just don't know. I don't know what else to do here. So if primate's the definition, Noah's boat would be ark. I don't know what boarding would do. Does ark at all help us with somehow making a primate? Also, the question mark means it's a stretch of a definition. Like, they wouldn't need the question mark if primate was our definition and gorilla was the answer, right? That would just be a straight up definition. So why do we have the question mark here? What's our stretch? What's our pun? It doesn't have to be a pun, but I'm not sure. Does couples with just, is that just an indicator that's just thrown out to say, hey, just put this next to this? Does couples get replaced with a different word for couples? I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a hint today. Let's take the indicator hint. When I take the indicator hint, I holy cow. I look at what it highlights first before I read the hint. Couples with priority in is one indicator. Because if it was multiple indicators, we wouldn't have the spaces highlighted. Primate. Couples with priority in. Yeah, and the answer is bonobo. So what this is saying is, so remember I said priority was first letter? So it's couples with. So couples are 2, right? So we're taking the first 2 letters in boarding Noah's boat. So BO is the first 2 letters of boarding. NO is the first 2 letters of Noah. And BO is the first 2 letters of boats. And a bonobo is a primate. Why did we have the question mark? I don't know. But let's read the indicator hint. Couples priority in, and it's a selection indicator that leverages the connection between the word priority and earliness or coming before others. We need to use this to identify certain letters from the fodder and place them in our answer. Definition is primate. Our answer will be a kind of primate. So yeah, I don't think we should have had the question mark. That actually threw me off a bit. Because I think if I had just said all the primates I knew, I would have eventually reached bonobo, and that would have fit. But anyway, how'd you do?